Good morning, viewers. Today we have Mr. Manoranjan Nayak, Head Supply Chain, Mitsubishi Electric. A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Nayak.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sarab, to have me here.
Tell me, what are the top three traits of an organization with a high growth rate?
Any organization which is having a high growth plans should be having a strategic and strategic perspective and a clear business plans, and also very consistent directions to all its employees. And there has to be a good communications flowing from top to bottom, and the right people on the board.
Mr. Nayak, tell me, what are the top 5 responsibilities of senior leadership in an organization to steer it to the right direction?
When it comes to leadership, Mr. Saraf, there has to be vision in the first place. So the leader has to be a visionary, wherein he should be able to see where exactly they're going to reach in certain in certain point. So vision is the thing which normally differentiates the leader from others, and the directions. So when it comes to the leader, there has to be decent directions to its team players, subordinates, and employees, which time and again he should be able to give and impart, so that there has to be a proper review and improvements if at all there has to be any. And he should be able to be a good stakeholder manager. It should be very good in terms of stakeholder management or relationship building or consensus building rather. So when it comes to leadership roles, so it's something which you drive consensus, right? So you bring 5 different people from different verticals. You try to drive their consensus or decision so that you can unite, and you can arrive at a point, right? That is where, in fact, in the leadership roles, we do nothing but we just do a consensus building across, right? And apart from that, you should be able to set examples, inspire the team, and motivate the team across, and also delegate the responsibilities and empower in a way that the team across the subordinates to be able to take the responsibilities head on, and also time management be taught in a way wherein they reach the goals in a stipulated time frame across the organization.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So tell, in terms of market trends and information, what are the key parameters you look in a market intelligence report that you are able to quickly make out some meaning out of it?
So normally in the market intelligence report, we see the organization or the brand or the company or the player, importer or exporter, whosoever is dealing with the imports or exports, followed by what are the product that is being dealt in or traded across. The information which is very necessary is the brand, the product, its code, its code or classification, the duty structure, and the overall quantity which has been imported, quantity and price. That is a normal parameters which are normally being seen in a market intelligence report.
Tell me, what do you analyze from that, and how do they help you in your work, in your business?
So in fact, when it comes to market intelligence report, it gives an industry insight. Suppose example, you started up any profit center or any new business in India, and or you wanted to understand where exactly the industry is moving forward. If at all there are some imports or exports in place, you want to understand. So it's going to give you an industry bird's eye view that who all players are involved. What is the total market share that they are having versus that you are having, right? What is the total quantity and volume of business you all are having in a certain period of time, right? What are the duty structures which has been followed in the respective product lines? Whether you are following the industry trend or you are going away from the industry. So, for example, if the AX product is classified under 98 chapter and you have been classifying the same AX product into 99, then there is something different that you have been doing. So you need to be a part of the industry, or else you make sure that you reach out to the regulators or regulatory bodies and industries, and you correct them also to rectify to come back to 99 chapters, right? So there is one thing is the industry insight. Second is the market share that all the players are having. And third thing is total volume of business, volume and value of business, and the duty structure and the HS codes and quantity and quantum of business. So these are the major 3-4 things normally been perceived or seen in intelligence report, which actually helps business to grow.
So you have a rich experience of working with some leaders in the electric and electronic firms. So can you share how market intelligence gives an edge to an organization?
When it comes to giving an edge to an organization, uh, it is in fact the report provides the insights of consumer demand. So the consumer demand is translated into the report, and the report is being shared, and that in turn is going to give you a normal information or the basic insights how exactly the industry or the consumers wanted to have in the first place. Based on that, you take all your strategies and design in the first place. So that builds you your action plans. That action plan is built based on those intelligence report, and you then devise your steps to be taken forward so far as your supply chains or sourcing or procurement or exam or productions or distributions is concerned. So that is something. One is the consumer demands, and second is how exactly the pricing, classification, and the quantum of business market share is playing around. So these are the four business things which is actually happen to be considered as a motherboard of any business. This happen to be the brain of any business, or happen to be a basic basic element of carrying out in business. So based on these key inputs, then you start building your own home or own house, how to move forward and how to build your base. Right? So this is what, in fact, at times, if industry is following a different mechanism and you have a right approach, you can also represent and correct the industry and regulatory body. So on top of it, at the same time, you can also, based on these kind of information, you can arrive at certain exposure that what all further R&Ds and innovations and technology build-up that you need to do in order to move forward and to address the demands of the customer in the market.
Please share an interesting event when market intelligence brought a landmark change in any organization throughout your professional journey.
We saw that there is an exemption in the finished goods, and wherein under Make in India program, we have the components, the SKD and CKD are supposed to be enjoying the exemption in the first place versus the finished goods. So we had been seeing that, considering the market intelligence report, we saw that finished goods were enjoying exemptions, wherein the components and CKD, SKD didn't have any exemption in the first place. So basic customs duty was 0 for finished goods and 10% for components.
Very interesting conversation with you, Mr. Naik. Thank you so much, Mr. Naik, for your insights. I am sure my readers would find it useful in their pursuit of success. So we thank you.